I'm not sure, is everyone aware what Congstar is or who we are? Maybe. Is anyone a customer of Congstar? Normally we have customers in the room. Okay, that's good. So I will introduce the company very quickly and then go into the topic. We are a mobile phone company, obviously, from Germany. We have like 6 million customers nowadays, which is I think, a good story for a second brand, because we are a second brand of Deutsche Telekom. We try to be a kind of a no-frills brand, so we're cheaper than Telekom, but have the same good network, I'd say. And we're based in Cologne, so we're not Bonn, we're Cologne-based, which is an important difference for us, at least. And we're in the market since 2007, so we're now the teenagers in the industry. And there are 3 important words on that slide, and everything else you can read, or we can talk later, or you can Google it. I think that's easy. These words are simple, fair, digital, because this is what the brand is standing for, and this is what I think is most important if you want to work with or about customer experience. You have to understand what your brand is standing for. I think they're not really the brand values, but they're the thing we are focusing on every day at work. It was a bit tricky for me because English language is hard. In German, it's einfach. That's the word I was looking for. In English, there's so many words for it. They're simple, easy to use, seamless, smooth. It all means what we are trying to create as a customer experience in all our journeys. Yeah? And this is the topic we want to talk about today, because if you want to manage customer experience, I think the old way was about touchpoints or channels, whatever you want to call it. And nowadays, it's not about touchpoints anymore, it's about customer journeys. Because if you talk about touchpoints, or with touchpoint owners, they don't speak the same language. Yeah? It's very hard to operate between the silos. We have digital people, we have analog people, and it's hard for them to communicate. And to be able to communicate, we use customer journey management as a tool to manage customer experience. And that's why we are 2 of us here today, because I can tell you the theory, how it works in theory, and Marén is the practitioner. She has to deal with the colleagues and basically is bringing everything into life, what we're talking about and what we want to talk about. So, if you work in the area of customer experience, I think this journey we have experienced is what you is similar to yours. I'm not sure. We started 5-6 years ago, and this is now my 5th role at Congstar, and they're all correlating with customer experience. But we started small. Yeah, I was this white dot on the left side. The one guy for customer experience, somewhere within service, somewhere within marketing, somewhere within Congstar. And very often at service, they're the first ones to understand that customer experience is somehow important. So 6-7 years ago, this was a big topic. And then we started realizing some quick wins, small stuff, to prove the point that customer experience is something new and is more than quality management or creating a better service experience. It's customer experience. And after 2 years, this was good. And then CX was Chefsache. I don't have the English word for this. So CX is the management, or is the responsibility of the CEO. Therefore, the CEO needs 2 guys who are responsible for customer experience. So we were reporting directly to the CEO, and there are 2 people now in the company who are responsible for CX. And what do you do when you're responsible for such a huge topic? You create a cross-functional CX hub. There were so many companies doing this some years ago because this was the new thing to do, bring all the people in the company together who are intrinsically motivated to work on a great CX. And we did the same, and there were motivated people in our company too, and the energy was high. And I'm not sure how you experienced, but after 20 years in the industry, I can say a cross-functional hub without any real operational responsibility works for like 6, 7, 8 months. This is how far motivation is going, and then the next exciting project is coming. And this was our experience too. So for 6, 7, 8 months, this was a great model. And then we were more or less in the role that we had to tell the people what to do, but we didn't have any responsibility. We didn't have targets, we didn't have KPIs. We were just the evangelists telling everyone customer experience is so important. It's a mindset thing. But there were other people in the company saying agile is a mindset thing. And there were other people in the company saying you need a growth mindset and so everyone was talking about mindsets. And this makes people crazy. So we have to make it easier for us as a company to create better customer experiences. And therefore, the next step in our evolution was we need a centralized approach where there is one line of operation who is fully responsible for customer experience. And this is where we are now today. We are our own unit. It's called Kundenerlebnis, which is basically the German word for customer experience. and our boss, the head of customer experience, is directly reporting to the CEO. And we have the full operational responsibility for all customer-facing touchpoints, the analog ones and the digital ones. So there are people in our unit who are working on the app or on the online customer service center on the one hand, and there are people on the other hand who are working on the hotline, the chat, the email. And they have very different KPIs, and they have a very different heritage, and even a different culture. And to bring these people together, to talk to each other, to create a common goal, to create a common story in the company, and to get a common understanding what the brand stands for, therefore you need customer journeys, and therefore you need customer journey management. So this is now what I'm talking about today, and maybe in 3 years I will come back with a new organizational diagram, what's customer experience nowadays. But this is how the evolution is where we are today. Evolution basically means surviving of the best fitting model. And this is where we are now. We don't reorganize all the time, but we're constantly trying to find the best fitting model for our purpose. And the purpose is we want to create a simple, a easy, a digital, and a fair customer experience across all customer journeys. So, and it gets, of course, more complicated. You know, when it's just me and another guy talking about customer experience, we can talk about mindset. Now, when we have 40 people, we need a whole framework. And the framework we're working on, or we're working about, is based on 3 pillars. And the first, and for me, most important one nowadays is journey-centricity. Because this is much easier to communicate than customer centricity. If you talk about journey-centricity, you have an object, which is the customer journey. And we spent the last 1.5 years to map all the most important customer journeys in our company on a very high level, and then we dig deeper into the most important journeys on a very concrete level. So of course we have something like becoming a customer, staying a customer, or leaving Congstar, and beyond that we have something like onboarding, or if you come to Congstar, there's the easy way, just get me a SIM card, a new phone number, and I'm your customer, and there's the complicated way, I want to keep my phone number. And this is called MMP-In, and this is a very complicated process in Germany because obviously the other phone providers don't want to lose their customers. So everyone has an intrinsic motivation to make this process a little bit complicated within the legal framework. Which means that like 50% of the customers coming to us with their phone number in the first step are blocked because some procedural issue is not going well. And if it's like you, I have my mobile phone number longer than my wife and I don't want to lose it. So it's a very sensitive thing and it creates a lot of service contacts in our company, and it's a very complicated journey. So this is an important journey. On the other hand, because we're a second brand, a journey like network experience is of course important, but we cannot do anything about it. So we leave it out of the picture. Yeah, you cannot control or you cannot work on every customer journey at the same time. So you have to create a focus areas. So we created like 4 or 5 focus areas where we are working on and where we have dedicated customer journey owners who are fully responsible for that journey. And we call it journey owners. We don't call it coordinators or researchers or I don't know what other words there are. We have more soft. We call it owners. It was a big discussion in the beginning, and I think there were some barriers about it. But I think this is the one message I want to give you today. If you want to work on customer experience, you have to create ownership, and you have to take this ownership, and nobody is waiting for you. So that's I think the most important thing. So this is where we started. We have a journey overview, and this gives you the context, and then with the journeys you need the data, because we have to measure journeys end to end. Of course, we measure touch points, interactions, we measure brand values on a very high level, on a very low level. But for me, the most important thing is we measure customer journeys end to end. How good is my onboarding experience within this frame of 30 days, which is what we define basically as a journey, and at the very end. So there we have the NPS, there we have the customer effort score. I think it's not the most important thing which score you're using, but how you manage it. And we have the best fitting score for each customer journey, and this year we're gaining like 230,000 feedbacks across all the journeys, and we're aiming for next year because we want to scale that platform up to 500,000 feedbacks with a KPI, of course. So this is the dashboard we present to the CEO every week with the most important journey phases, and for every KPI or every answer we also have an open text field from customers saying that what went well, what went not so well. So of course we also have then kind of machine learning in place to get the codes and get the stuff, and we have the people who work with this feedback every single day. And this is the third pillar, and now it makes sense to talk about customer centricity because we have the other things in place, which means we are customer centric in the way that research is not a project. Research is part of the everyday life of our journey owners. And I just had a look in the system last week, and we have this year more than 40 research activities, and I was surprised by myself about the number. But this means basically we're talking and listening to customers every single week, not only in the CX platform where someone is writing, it was easy, it was complicated, but we're talking and listening to them also in a qualitative interview in a real life situation. So this week alone, today and Friday, we have 2 lab tests ongoing. One about the MMP-in, the Rufnummermitnahme, and the other one on Friday is, I think we're testing the tariff comparison side. I'm not even aware of all the details anymore. But this then means, this makes sense to talk about customer experience or customer centricity when I go to the CEO and say, hey, every single week we talk with our customers in a specific journey to understand what's going on well and what's going on not so well, where we're already delivering the branded experience we want to do and where not. And because we are not a love brand, we're at the end of the day, what we are doing, we're delivering plastic cards, simple plastic cards, and they're vanishing as well because we want to go digital to eSIM. So there is no connection anymore to our brand, to our product, and to our customers. So this, for me, is really super important that we have this experience with real people, because an Excel file or a PowerPoint is not a customer journey. At the end of the day, the third pillar brings everything together, and this is then the customer experience we can work on, we can create on. So that's the theory. That's the thing I can talk about for hours, as you can see. But I think it's also a bit boring, maybe, because in PowerPoint everything works perfect. But Marén is here to give you all the gritty details, the nitty details, the daily work, what's going on, what's really working, what's not working so well, and what you need to do in a role as a customer journey owner, which I think is one of the most important roles we have at Congstar, because they're bringing together so many peoples. So enough of theory, enough of PowerPoint. I hand over to Marén, then he can bring all the details.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. Hi, I'm Marén, and I'm the customer journey owner, like Peter said, for the Congstar journey tariff change. So Peter showed you, we have this customer journey atlas where we work with, and we mapped all the important journey at Congstar. And I'm responsible for the customer journey tariff change. For Congstar, tariff change is quite an important journey, like Peter said, becoming a customer is important, but also tariff change, because people ran out of data. People have to do something with that tariff because it's maybe not the right thing. And for us, it's really important that this journey it's really easy. So my job is to not only to map the journey. My job is, of course, that everybody in the company knows the journey, knows the sub-level journey, about all the touch points, and especially that everybody knows the main pain points of this journey. Especially that everybody who works on this journey, the development teams, everybody has to know what is the journey, what does the journey from a customer perspective look like, not from a process or IT perspective, from a customer perspective look like, and what are the main pain points. So of course, we have the KPI, Net Promoter Score. This stuff we also try to visualize in the Customer Journey Atlas. And in the first place, when we started mapping journeys, we thought, okay, we need a special tool providing to the company. And we start with a special journey mapping tool. And there are great tools on the market. But the thing is, our colleagues have to deal a lot with a lot of tools. They have Jira, they have Miro, they have Pyramid, a lot of tools. And when we mapped the journey in this special tool, the thing was, it was not too easy for everyone. It was another tool. You had to learn this tool. It was not so simple. We had the discussion of accessibility and accounts, etc. And we realized, okay, that does not work for us, does not work for Congstar. If we want to work, everybody who has to work with this journey, to work with it, we have to make it really, really simple. And our recommendation for you, if you think about implementing a tool or visualizing customer journeys, make it as simple as possible. Because if it's not simple, the thing is, not everybody who should will use it and get used to the customer journey. So Nowadays, we just map the journeys in Miro. And of course, Miro maybe is not the best tool for mapping customer journeys, but for us, we are using Miro anyway for workshops, as a collaboration tool. So for us, it was the easy way. And it's really like that. If you use a tool, you already have people. It's easy for the people. The people know it, so the people go into the customer journey. This is our recommendation about mapping customer journeys. But then you have all the journeys in this customer journey atlas. And what is also true is that companies have a lot of information about their customer journeys. In fact, very few actually work with the pain points, because sometimes the information are not at the right place. The implementation teams do not have the information, or sometimes you're just the CX guide from the CX team that provides the information, but the implementation team don't take it into account that much. So what we learned in the last 1.5 years is that 3 things which are important, that the pain points and the facts about the customer journeys are really taken into account. The first thing is, it's really easy, is provide the information to where it's used. So bring the information to the implementation teams, to the app developer, bring it to the people who has to know about it, not only to the management, or just not only share it with your CX team, bring it to the people who use with it. What we also learned is, what is better, let the implementation team experience the customer journeys themselves. Let them join the customer research, customer interviews, even the developers. Put them together, make sessions with customers, with people for whom these informations are really relevant. Because it's different if you just provide the information. You say, okay, these are the pain points, okay. But it's another thing if you experience them yourself. So really live this customer experience, this customer journey from the customer perspective, not from this process or IT side, really as a customer. Because what we learned is, what you don't experience yourself is not that relevant to you, and it remains less in your memory. So in your daily work, if you want these informations be taken into account in their daily work, it's really good if you just have it in your memory. Okay, I know that this customer said this and this. He likes to see the price more detailed, the costs more detailed. It's in your memories, and then it's much more easier to work with it and to make improvements. So yeah, how do we manage it to really work like this at Congstar? You recognize the customer journey atlas. And what we do within Congstar, we are organized in cross-functional streams. And these cross-functional teams are not organized by process or IT or product. We had that before. We were organized in product streams. We were a lot of process and IT driven. And now we organize these cross-functional teams by journeys. And this is really good. We have important journeys like becoming a customer, and it's the information journey, ordering process. This has to be really easy. And all the people who are really responsible for this information phase or this ordering process, they are sitting on one table, and they working, this is the special thing, they working 80%, at least 80% within the stream. So it's the business side, the sales guy, the guy from the web shop, the website, the implementation teams. They are working together on this journey, get the right information, ordering process, and they work together all day, at least 80%. So they can do really make decisions, see the pain points, make the decisions, and implement it very, very fast, because they are sitting on the table, and they can do it within a week, from getting feedback from the customers and implementing improvements. And the same thing is for me. I'm a customer journey owner, tariff change. So we have, for this important journey, we have a stream as well. So I'm sitting there with the CRM guys, a business side, the POs, app and customer service center development teams, we're all sitting together and we all work there for at least 80%. So it's not, like Peter said, another CX hub, just a project to my usual job. We are really working 80% within the stream. So this enables us to place this custom experience, this journey view more strongly in the center of our action. So we can prioritize our backlog by journey and by this customer feedback and customer satisfaction. So what does it mean for me as a journey owner? It's different than before working in a CX hub or a single guy who just provides information. For me, it means I'm really part of the team where I'm working, as I said, 80% in this team with the development team and the product owner. And the thing is, we aim for a 6-month goal within the stream. And I'm responsible for all the KPIs and the goal for the whole team. I'm not only responsible for the CX goal, like customer satisfaction or net promoter score, like it was before. Before it was like that. Now I'm responsible for commercial KPIs as well, even if I'm the CX guy, because we're a team and we're aiming to the same goals. If we have a commercial KPI like ARPU, it's the average revenue per user. It's a common KPI in the mobile branch. If we have this goal, I'm also responsible for this goal. And just with easy customer journeys, this is, of course, this is my role, but I'm really responsible for commercial goals as well, like the rest of the team, also the IT guys. So for me, it means, of course, we're looking at customer feedback on a weekly basis. I provide the information, but with our really great CX tool we have, it enables me to go really deep into the customer feedback. I can provide the app feedback for the app developers, the customer service center feedback for them. I have feedback on product families, which I can provide to the CRM team, and they can manage, okay, was the campaign, how was the campaign doing? Because we are really detailed with this feedback we have in these journeys. And I think especially for our development teams, you get a high involvement and self-efficacy with this, because you see, okay, last week we have this feedback from our customers. I improved something in the app. Maybe you see the price a little bit better or something. And next week the feedback's gone away, this bad feedback. And this is really good. And the teams are really involved into this journey, the whole journey, and not just this step in the IT process or something like that. Yeah, and of course, I facilitate the team to design future journeys with experiments and customer feedback. That's also part of my role. And within the stream, we combine 2 different speeds. We have this development track and the explore track. Probably this development track is really familiar to you. It's the familiar sprint mode. We have verified hypothesis, means we know what we want to do. There's maybe a Congstar problem or a pain problem from the customer. We want to improve it, and we actually know what to do. So we prioritize our backlog towards the goal. We build it live in front of the customer, measure it, and learn it. This is one thing where we work with the whole team, with the stream together. And the other thing is we really take time all together, this stream all together, not another department. We have this exploring track within our streams, and there we are dealing with things, with problems, with customer pain points where we don't know the solution yet. If you don't have a solution, you can't just develop it, because you have to be a little bit more creative. So in at least half a day a week, sometimes 2 days a week, it always depends, we're working in this explore track. So doing a lot of experiments, A/B testing, building hypotheses, and of course, very often we just kill ideas because they are not working, and we try things out, design future journeys, talk a lot to customers until we say, okay, we think this is the thing, this is a verified hypothesis, and then we can hand this idea over to the development track. And we all do it together so that you don't have to talk a lot to the development people because they are the same people who are working in this explore phase. So this is our way how we're working in these streams. Yeah, and maybe you think, okay, did that work really well right from the start? And the answer is no, of course not, because with this kind of working, we did something new, and establishing this journey-centric working means change, and change means time. With this working mode, app and web teams talk together for the first times. Maybe we had in the first place we had different departments because they worked in different departments, and the CX guys and the business guys, they did not work together. It was just for a project or shorter times, and now they are sitting on one table all the time, and that's really new. So it took time. From the customer experience perspective, I can recommend you, if you like to work journey-centric, as a CX guy, don't stand on the sideline. Be part of the implementation team and stand up for the team goals. That's really important. Don't be the guy always say, oh, the customer satisfaction. Be really responsible for all KPIs and try to be part of the team. And the second thing, like Peter said, no one will ask you maybe to join. Don't wait to be asked. Just start your role, talk to the people, and just start. And of course, I talked about it, involve the whole team to the user research and to the design sprints. Even the developer, we have really good experience. If the developers are part of the design sprints, the ideas really, they're getting faster to implement. It's better. This if you have it in your mind, then it's more relevant. And the fourth thing is focusing and reduce dependencies. Our development teams are now working 70% just for the journey. Before, 1.5 year before, it was just like, okay, we have the next project, you work on this project and this. It was always different topics, and you have to have to think about this new topic. And now we have 70% focus just on the customer journey tariff change, and they can focus. So we are a lot faster, and the teams are getting better. And we reduce dependencies that our development teams don't have to support other teams anymore. So 30% to 20%, they have to support other teams, the app team or the web team, but 70% for nowadays, they just work on the customer journey tariff change. So this was the practical side.
Yeah, to sum it up, I think everyone knows customer journey. So for me, the most important message of today is that customer journey is not a workshop tool. It's not a project tool, but it's the information management system we are using. We use it as a system to manage the customer experience and to manage the development teams and the daily activities in our company and to reduce dependencies. This is really I think the core of the whole message. That we're not talking about customer experience anymore. We're talking about a management system. We want to be a part of it, a central part of it, and we want to steer it. The second thing is data centricity for us means not just having these 250,000 feedbacks, but to have a system in place where we can triangulate from different perspectives. We have the quantitative views in place, we have the qualitative views in place, and we always use as many perspectives as possible to get a holistic understanding of the customer experience at the end of the day. And we work on hypothesis, and then we bring it to the next iteration. Yeah? Very often we just have opinions, and very often we just have one single data point supporting our opinion, but that's not a good discussion to have in a company which wants to be data-centric. So triangulate your data, triangulate your perspectives, use as many perspectives as possible. This means data transitivity from my point of view. And if you do these two things well, and it's a journey, it's not a one thing in time you do, it's a journey, then customer centricity comes on its own. and you don't have to talk about it. Because in my experience, there's nothing worth you can do in a company than to talk about customer centricity. Just do it and don't even mention it. And I think then you're in a good way to become a company who delivers tomorrow a better customer experience than today in terms of what your brand is promising. Thank you.